Without wasting your time, we are going to share top 5 best flea collar for dogs. The product links are in the description and in first comment. The number 5 on the list is Adam's Flea Tick Control Collar for dogs. Adam's Flea Tick Control Collar for dogs. Adam's products take a smarter approach to pet care and makes protecting your family, pet home and yard easier and more effective. The Adam's line of products includes flea tick topical products, shampoos, collars, and sprays for your home, yard, dogs, puppies, cats, and kittens, and is available almost everywhere pet products are sold. My dogs had been battling fleas all winter. I kept having to bathe them and wash their beds and vacuum the sofa pretty much working myself half to death to stay ahead of the fleas. We live on a big farm and the dogs like to chase squirrels and bark at the trees. There is no way to spray or treat all the places they run. Just a little while after putting these collars on my dogs, they had stopped the scratching and being miserable. 2 months now and spring has totally sprung. They are spending hours outside every day and no fleas. I am so happy. I had tried sores to end. My little dog broke out and his neck bled every time my big dog could wear them, but after a while it wasn't working. I had been bathing them with the Adams shampoo, which works great also, so I tried the collars and Kitty is wearing the drops, which are great as well. My dog has a July ritual to hide in the crawl space of our house due to her fear of fireworks. While she is there, she always comes out with fleas, but this year there were way too many, and the few days after, with people still using fireworks, she kept going down there. Then she passes the fleas to the other dogs, on of whose coats is thick and long. I shampooed them twice a week with the extra strength flea shampoo, used the liquid you place along their spine and even used spray. None of it was a permanent solution. They kept coming back. I bought these collars and along with the showering I only see about 1 flea or 2 during their weekly shower. The number 4 on the list is Hartz UltraGuard. Hartz UltraGuard. We don't have a problem with fleas where we live by the ocean, but travel every summer to northern MI and lots of grass, so fleas and ticks are a concern. Last summer we used Sears too, but that's a big no-go now, so we wanted something topical that wouldn't be super pricey since we only needed it to be effective for the couple weeks we were there. This product applies easily. Only complaint is it left a thick oily streak all down our dog's back, and even days later it was still pretty greasy and yuck, so we had to give him a bath and scrub. It still did the trick and we didn't spot a single flea entire trip, and now even a month later he's still flea free. I've used this on all my dogs for about 10 years now. Every dog responds to it the same and we never have fleas ever. My dogs don't itch until just about when I need to reapply. That being said, when I brought in a new flea bag riddled with ticks and fleas, it took about a month to rid both dogs of them using this and shampoo because they were everywhere in the house. We literally have not had fleas in our home for about years, and it's amazing BTW we lived in then and now. If you all are worried about the climate, I have been using this product on my dog now for 3 years. I usually get it from Chewy.com. I have never had an issue with this particular brand. It works very well for my dog. The only thing I don't like is the smell, but if you wash your dog days after you give him a treatment, they're all right. The number 3 on the list is Seresto Flea and Tick Collar for dogs. Seresto Flea and Tick Collar for dogs. Seresto remains effective following a shampoo, treatment, swimming or after exposure to rain or sunlight. Under normal conditions, effectiveness lasts for months. In order to maintain an duration, dogs must not be bathed more than once a month. For dogs that swim once a month or more, the control duration is reduced to 5 months. For Flea, I live in an extremely rural area in the south and during the spring and summer, it gets very hot and very buggy. Here for the past couple of seasons, we have had a really bad flea problem. The ticks haven't been as bad as I have seen them, but the fleas have been awful. I currently have 2 dogs and 2 cats. My dogs, both rescues, are very large dogs. One is a German Shepherd dog and the other is a Golden Retriever Leonberger mix. My German Shepherd dog has a severe flea allergy and has been struggling with hair loss and extremely itchy skin because of the high flea population we've had the past couple of years triggering his allergies. I tried everything natural, flea-killing remedies for inside the house and treating my lawn to help minimize the chance of one of the little buggers hitching a ride on him when he goes outside. I have him on just about every flea pill I can think of, from my vet comfortist did during the winter and late fall, early spring. Once the season got into high gear, it didn't seem to make much of a dent into the fleas. Same with Trifexis. Frontline worked about as well as the others. Between flea and heartworm meds, I was spending a month of preventative care for just my 2 dogs, having used Advantage about years or so back on another dog I had at the time. When we had another serious flea year, I thought I'd give it a try again. I had read about the Seresto collar and how it would take care of fleas and ticks for 8 months, and since Advantage had worked for me in the past, I thought it was definitely something I should be looking into. I couldn't buy it at my local vet as they don't carry it, so I turned to Amazon. I read through the reviews and liked what I was seeing. I ordered one of the collars and impatiently awaited its arrival. As soon as the mail carrier put it in the box, I was on it and put it on my German Shepherd dog, since he is most severely affected by the fleas. Because of his size, I didn't even bother trimming the end of the collar. One of the reviews mentioned about a 10-day period for the collar to really start to work, but my experience with it is a little different. I started seeing dead fleas later the same day I put the collar on the dog. The flea problem had gotten so bad in the house that I was ready to call an exterminator to try and eliminate them. Every living thing in the house was scratching thanks to the fleas. Within about a week of putting the collar on just 1 dog, all of that stopped. I still see a flea from time to time, but that is usually after we come back inside after a walk or playing. There are no more fleas in the house. Even places the dogs and cats don't go, the fleas are gone. I had planned on buying another collar for my 160-pound dog. The number 2 on the list is Vet's Best Flea. Vet's Best Flea. Both of my dogs are on Interceptor Plus and I treat my yard with another brand of granular treatment for fleas, ticks and ants, but I was still finding ticks on my dogs anytime they would come back inside. The house description says they should wear it for a full 2 days before it starts working, but they started working almost immediately after putting the collars on. I found one each live tick on them on day 1. Beginning day 2, I have yet to find any ticks, even dead ones. The scent is strong, but only if you get right up close to it. One of my dogs has skin sensitivity, but this collar has been no problem for him. The buckle is weak. Both of them broke on one of the collars right away. I put it on my less active dog and tied it in place with butcher's twine. So far, so good, only 4 stars because of the issue with the weak buckle, and it is a little difficult to get the collar to slide through them, and maybe that's the reason why it broke. I've used these collars for a few years now and I've had good success. My dogs and I are primarily city dwellers who don't routinely venture in common areas where you'd anticipate a lot of ticks. They also come with me out to my parents' house where they're way more likely to pick up a critter or 2 while playing outside. I've never found anything on any of my pups using these collars, and as a result I'd say the number 1 on the list is Zodiac Flea and Tick Collar. Zodiac flea and tick collar, pursuant to subsection of the Pest Control Products Act. Health Canada's Pest Management Regulatory Agency conducted a special review of to track larvinfos based on the toxicology information submitted under section of the Pest Control and Residential Risks. Health Canada evaluated the aspects of concern that prompted the special review in accordance with Please refer to the guidance document approach to special reviews of pesticides for additional information on special review triggers and the processes. I have been using this product for about 5 years now on my Chihuahuas. The place where I was getting it from usually on had large dog, flea and tick collars. I always felt uncomfortable cutting them down to put on my small dogs. Not sure if dosage and collar the same, anyways they are supposed to last for months, but we change them every month and have not had a flea or tick problem for years before we used these collars. We tried sprays, drops and monthly collars. Along with the outrageous costs, we also had several flea infestations. We get them sent by subscription from Amazon every month, so we never run out and we have the right size every time. These seem to work, except one of our dogs has gotten ticks in the past months. I don't know if they were there before we put the collar on and we just didn't notice or what, so I'm wary about blaming on the collar because our other dog hasn't had a problem. If he gets another tick, I'll check out another brand and update this review, but hey, no fleas